All right, let's dive into something huge, something that's literally shaping our future as we speak: artificial intelligence. It can feel like something out of a sci-fi movie, but the choices we make today are going to define the world for a long, long time.
And right off the bat, the analysis we're exploring hits us with this bombshell. AI could save us or enslave us. Wow. I mean, that really tells you the stakes we're playing for. This isn't just about cool new gadgets or making businesses run smoother. That one line changes the whole conversation. It's not just about tech, it's about freedom.
And that's exactly where we find ourselves. We're standing at a massive crossroads. The path we pick for AI right now will have consequences we can barely imagine. And one of those paths, well, it leads straight into a trap.
And here's the key insight. The thing you really gotta get. The argument isn't whether AI is good or bad. That's the wrong question. The real danger is something much older, much more human. Who's in control? The tech is just a tool, but the way we structure that control, that's what decides if it sets us free or locks us down.
So how does control become so dangerous? Well, that brings us to the core problem identified here, what's called the centralization trap. Sounds kind of ominous, right? So what does that actually mean? Let's break it down. Basically, centralization is when all the power, all the data, all the important decisions get packed into one single spot. In the world of AI, that means a tiny handful of giant companies or governments building and owning the most powerful systems. They become the gatekeepers to our entire digital future.
And look, this isn't some new fear. The analysis actually points back to thinkers like Jacques Fresco, who was warning about the dangers of concentrated power for decades. It's a classic story, right? When too much power ends up in too few hands, bad things tend to happen. AI just puts that whole problem on steroids.
And this is where you can really see the two futures side by side. On one hand, you have centralized AI. We're talking closed models, total black boxes that nobody on the outside can inspect or really understand. That path leads straight to monopolies and concentrated power. But on the other side, you've got a decentralized path, one built on open models, shared control, and actual transparency.
Okay, so if centralization is the trap, how in the world do we get out of it? Well, there's an escape plan. And it's built on a completely different vision for how technology should work.
The big idea proposed is an intelligent internet. Now hold on, this isn't just about having a smarter Siri or a better search engine. We're talking about rebuilding the very foundation of our digital lives with AI models that are open for everyone to see and, super importantly, verifiable by anyone. And this is how it actually works. First, the models are open and verifiable. That means you, me, any developer out there can actually look under the hood and see how it works. No secrets. Because they're open, they become accessible. So this amazing technology isn't just locked up in a corporate vault. And what happens when everyone can access it? It prevents monopolies. No single company can own intelligence itself.
Which brings us to the final vision, the big picture. And this is about way more than just tech. It's about the principles we choose to build our future with.
So what does real progress even look like? It's not just about building smarter machines. True progress is when we bake our values right into the technology. It means demanding transparency so we can actually trust these systems. It means actively fighting against monopolies. And most of all, it's about making sure this incredible power benefits everybody, not just a handful of people at the top.
And that's the bottom line here. This isn't just something to sit back and watch. The source ends with a direct call to action, to be part of the movement to build this open AI future. It's a choice that all of us have to make. And that brings us right back to where we started. That idea that AI could save us or enslave us. The argument we've looked at today says the answer isn't in the code itself, but in who gets to call the shots. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Is an open, decentralized network the real key to making sure our AI future is one of freedom?